Welcome back to Oopy Soup Kitchen. Today, Lindsay's breaking in her brand new Ninja Sizzle with a delicious chicken fried rice. She's been really excited to try this out, so let's hand it over to her and see how it's done.
Welcome to another episode of Oopy Soup Kitchen. Today we are making a chicken fried rice recipe. I'm actually going to be using my brand new Ninja Sizzle grill and griddle, and the recipe actually came out of the book that came with the machine. The only thing I'm doing is adding chicken because it is a vegetable fried rice recipe. So I will include this recipe in the link. It is important to remember before you do anything, you want to make up some rice. I already did this ahead of time. I just used jasmine rice, and my little trick is that in the water, I put some chicken bouillon and some soy sauce and some butter. So that's why it looks a little bit yellow. And then you're gonna make it as your package directs. Then you're gonna spread it on a cookie sheet and put it in the fridge while you're doing all the other things, because it's really important with fried rice that you don't use hot rice. You want the rice to be cooled down. So we're gonna put this in the fridge. Are going to get started on our chicken. So I have my grill heating up to 375, and I have just some chicken breast tenderloins, and you can do this however you want. You could just do them plain with some salt and pepper. I actually am using this teriyaki glaze and marinade. I just put a little bit in here when I started the rice, and we're just going to cook them up on the grill. So let's get started. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this chicken on here. Just kind of throwing it on here for now, and then I'm gonna spread it out. The goal of the gloves was to not get it on my arms or hands, and I have got it on my arm. All right, oopsie. So I'm just going to make them in an even layer.
Getting that perfect sear is what locks in the flavor
They're
and
not
gives the
on
chicken a
top of each other,
fantastic
and
texture.
they're just kind of all hanging out in here. All right, and I'm gonna set my timer for, we're gonna do 5 minutes. So it's been 5 minutes. I am going to go ahead and give these chickens a good flip. Oh, look at those grill marks. Let me know in the comments what kind of marinades and seasonings you guys like to use on your chicken. Sometimes I like to do it with just salt and pepper. And do it in butter, but I thought for this recipe, an Asian spin was a good idea. Check it out. This looks great. All right, we're gonna give this another 5.5 minutes, and we'll be right back. So I have like 4 minutes left, and I am going to, I put some more of that teriyaki glaze that I was marinating it in a bowl, and I'm just going to give the chicken a little douse. Please excuse the small one. She's a psycho. Anyone who has children should probably know what I mean. You ask them to be quiet and they're louder. So I'm also losing some pieces here. Hey Autumn, do you want to tell our viewers to like and subscribe to our channel?
Yeah.
All right, tell them.
Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
How could you not, you know? You see that face? All right, we are going to give these that that guy back up there. Give these guys the rest of their time, and then we'll be back. All right. We are going to, oh, it looks like my marinade is sticking. That's all right. We'll take care of that. I don't want to get those chunks of marinade though. So what I'm going to do now is take this chicken off. I'm going to let this grill cool down because I'm going to have to take the grill top off and replace it with my griddle top to do the rest. So I'm going to take this off and, okay, I will get all those black pieces in a second. Okay, so here is our chicken. The grill is cooling down so I can take it off, and we're going to set this here a couple minutes while it chills. And then we're gonna cut the chicken just into bite-sized pieces. That way, once the rice is done, we can just throw it in and mix it up, and you'll have a yummy, delicious. Okay, we're back. I have not cut the chicken up yet. I will tell you, I did forget to do that. So we will do that shortly. However, we are gonna start on the rice. This recipe makes 4 servings. So what I did is I made enough rice, and I have enough ingredients to do it doubled. But the griddle, I'm worried won't fit it doubled, so I'm just gonna do 1 portion now that you can watch, and then I'll do the 2nd portion later. So the things we're gonna need is 2 tablespoons of canola oil. When you're using this Ninja, I was told that you should not use olive oil, you should not use like Pam spray, you should use canola or avocado oil, so that's what I got. We have 3 eggs that we have beaten lightly. We have calls for a tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm cheating and using the jarred garlic, and I mean, I love garlic anyway, but I'm using the excuse that the jarred garlic isn't as strong. So I did like 2 tablespoons, but calls for 1. We have a tablespoon of minced shallots. I also just realized that I have chicken marinade under my fingernails, so I promise my nails aren't that dirty. 1 cup of frozen vegetable medley. It does say to have it thawed. It's partially thawed. And then we have some salt and pepper that we're going to be adding, as well as some soy sauce. And then at the end, we're going to be adding some sesame oil and green onions just as a garnish. And then we also have a honk here of butter, a tablespoon. So first thing we're doing is we turned our grill into a griddle. We are going to add this canola oil. Oh, I preheated it at 375 first. Now we're adding the canola oil. That's gonna get a little bit warmed up there. And then we are gonna add our eggs. Why is it all going in there? No. And I'm just gonna scramble these eggs. I just love that all of my oil went down into my grease trap there. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, we're scrambling these babies up. You guys could just watch these eggs for a second because I need to go refer to my recipe for a second. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for watching my eggs for me. Alright, so we are now that they're nice and scramble-dambled. You just... I'm sloshing. We're gonna put these scrambled eggs You know, I'm making a mess, guys, all right? And it's fine, because when you make a mess, you just clean it up. It's not a big deal. Makes it more fun. Okay, so eggs are now done. We're going to put them over here with our uncut up chicken. Okay, so now we're going to add our garlic and shallots. Garlic. And we're just going to kind of hang out. I'm going to let it, what do they call it? Aromify. They don't call it that. Nobody calls it that. But I just did. So we're going to aromify our garlic and shallots. And let them soak for just a minute while they do their thing. While I grab my other ingredients here. Okay. All right, we're gonna add butter. Oh yeah, look at the butter. Look at nice. Gonna add our vegetables. That makes me think of a song that Autumn always listens to on the kids' channel on Pandora, and he says, "Fruits and vegetables, so yummy." All right. If you guys don't like listening to me say weird things and crazy things, then you can just mute it, because I'm going to put the recipe in the link. So, or no, the link to the recipe in the comments. All right, so we're sauteing those a little bit, and I'm just gonna do some sprinkle dinkle, salt and pepper. We like things salty in our house. Well, some of us do. Sean, not so much, but me and Jaden definitely like things salty. And Autumn doesn't eat anything, so. All right, I'm going to let those go because remember how I said they're supposed to be thawed and they weren't? We're just going to let that sizzle a minute. Slowly. It's been about 3 minutes, and I am going to go ahead and add, it says 2.5 cups of cooked rice. This is like 3 cups. And remember, this rice is cooled because you do not want to use hot, fresh rice for this. Okay. And we're going to cook this. I don't want to do it. Cook this for about 4 minutes. We're going to incorporate it. We want it to get nice and brown. Good thing I didn't try to do all of it at once because, well, definitely would not have fit. Holy macaroni here. We're losing some rice. So I'm now getting around to cutting up my chicken. I'm probably not going to get this done before my timer goes off, but that's fine. We're just going to cut as much as I can up for the time being. And I'm only going to put half of this chicken in my first batch. And you, again, if you don't want meat, if you're vegetarian or just not feeling it, you do not have to include the meat. You could also choose a different meat. You could do shrimp, you could do pork, you could do beef, whatever you want to do. This is very flexible. So we are now, the rice has been cooking for about 4 minutes, and we are going to add, the recipe says 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. We're just gonna, however much that is. You can put what you want. I like a lot. Just gonna get that all mixed. Okay. All right, so now that we're all mixed, we're gonna take our eggs that we made earlier, stick them back on, and our chicken, which I'm not done yet with, so I'm gonna finish cutting this chicken super fast, like lightning speed, and hope that we don't end up with a trip to the hospital because I chopped off my finger. My super fast cutting skills completed, and we now have chicken and egg, and we're just going to mix. Oh, guys, this smells so good. Do you agree, Jaden?
I do.
Makes me want to eat it right off the griddle. All right, now we are going to turn off our griddle, and I have a bowl here. I'm going to try really hard to scoop this into this without making a mess. Tell me in the comments, how much faith do you have in me that I can do this in a clean fashion? I know my bowl's really big because I'm doubling this. Well, bum, bum, bum. But you know what? I don't want to lose that egg. That's a good piece of egg there. Okay, so if you look here in our bowl, this is the finished product. The only thing we're gonna do now is take a little bit of this sesame oil, and there we go. We're just gonna put a little bit of sesame oil and some chopped green onions. Ooh, you know what else would go really good? Some sesame seeds. Sesame seeds. Okay, so listen, I really can't wait to put it in a bowl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a little tasty taste. Guys, this is delicious. Totally recommend it. You can add other vegetables. You can add whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. I would love to put like water chestnuts in here, baby corns, but some of my other family members don't like those things. So I just stuck with like the plain Jane. But you can do whatever you want to make this your recipe. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Until next time.
And there you have it, a perfect sizzling dinner made with love. Thanks for joining us here at Oopy's Soup Kitchen. Until next time, happy cooking.